So they just came over here, took everything, stripped us of spirituality and everything, and tried to tell us that the serpent was bad. But the serpent people is what these lands are. And then they try to come bring this bullshit. Oh, it's about to get good. Moving on. South and Central America. This is Coyoacán. They worship a serpent, a feathered serpent. Alright? So, us copper tone people, they be talking about in the Bible, talking about the serpent is bad and everything. Who you think they talking about? Moving on. Yep. Even in North America, Serpent Mound. Yeah, but they called us the devil, huh? So who really wrote this Bible? Is my question. Moving on. And you know what the serpent means to us? It ain't nothing but the Kundalini energy. See, we know how to access this. And they tell y'all that the darkness and the serpent is bad. And this is what this means. Has nothing to do with bad. It's the opposite of bad. Everything that they told you is the opposite. Moving on. Me? Shit. I like the darkness. I like to go meditate in the ether. This is where I get all my information from. You just close your eyes and activate it. Not too many people can get here because, I mean, some people are too materialized in this world. Come back home to the ether, man. The darkness is wonderful. Trust me. Oh, yeah. And another thing. You know where Egypt is. It's over here. And you know that the Mound people, right, got the oldest depictions that I showed you in previous videos of the snake on the helmet. And America's the oldest depiction of the serpent, right? You see this? We know who we are. Case closed.
It is said to be one of the most powerful sacred sites in the United States, maybe even the world. But why does it matter? I'm gonna tell you. It is directly in alignment with the summer solstice sunset, the great serpent consuming the cosmic egg. It is described as a place where the earth whispers to the sky, a marriage of heaven and earth. It is located in Peebles, Ohio. The mound sits inside of an asteroid impact crater. This is the only asteroid impact crater that sits on top of two intersecting fault lines. The magnetics are crazy in this place. Enhanced magnetism in this area messes with your car, your electronics, your compasses. The asteroid hit. The impact displaced so much rock. You can be standing on rock that is 330 million years old, but reach over to a ridge where there's rock 400 million years old. So the magnetics are flipped. There have been many reports of magical things happening for people at this ancient site, connecting with angels or ascended masters. There are some very significant solar alignments associated with this sacred mound. See the head of the serpent? As the sun sets on the summer solstice, the longest day of the year on June 21st, it looks as if the great serpent is eating the sun. Graham Hancock was banned from this site because he started to question how old this site actually is. Many archaeologists want to believe that it's only 1,000 years old. Others want to believe that it's 2,000 to 3,000 years old and associated with the Adena Native American culture. Some archaeologists even believe that this site is over 15,000 years old and associated with the ancient city of Atlantis. Sacred site is loaded with magical energies. Every time we visit a sacred site, we raise the frequency of the earth and we reactivate these sacred sites. I'm going here on the summer solstice. If you are interested in having your intention placed in a crystal and planted at the site in a sacred ceremony, check my website. It's linked on all of my social media platforms. I love you. Do you know what this is? It is said to be one of the most...
in Ohio. I don't know if you've ever been there, Joe.
No, I've heard of it, though.
It is an amazing... There's Serpent Mound. There's an aerial view of Serpent Mound.
Oh, that is crazy.
But here's the thing.
That's beautiful.
You see the head end of Serpent Mound there? So Santa and I went there at the summer solstice. We were there on June 21st, 2017. And my wife Santa is a photographer, and we acquired a drone for this specific purpose. And she flew the drone up 400 feet above Serpent Mound, and we sat it up there watching the sunset. And what happens on the summer solstice, and you can only see it perfectly with a drone. What happens on the summer solstice? You can see it from ground level, but you get up 400 feet, you really get it. The head of that serpent is pointing directly at a niche in the distant hills through which the sun sets on the summer solstice, on the longest day of the year. So it's a sky-ground alignment, Serpent Mound in Ohio. I don't know if you've ever been there.
This hill was shaped like a serpent on purpose, over 400 meters long, aligned with the summer solstice, built without metal tools, no houses, no city, just a giant symbol carved into the earth. Archaeologists still argue, calendar or sacred site. This hill was shaped like a serpent on purpose.
There was a landmark in the United States that's thousands of years old, and most people have never even heard of it. So I saw a lot of videos this week talking about places that you were taken on field trips when you were in school. So I'm from Ohio, so we were taken to Serpent Mound. So Serpent Mound is, if you look out from it from high above, it looks like a serpent. It is 1,000 feet, over 1,000 feet long. I believe that at the top of it's 3 feet tall, and then it's like up to 22 feet across. I might have the dimensions off, but this was put here by the Adena peoples, and it dates to 300 and something BC, meaning it's thousands of years old. And then I believe 900 years ago it was repaired. But think about that, like when people talk about the pre-colonial period and the native, and there was nothing really there and all this other kind of stuff. The native people were here. And think about the ability to construct something like this, something that has lasted thousands of years. We don't give the people enough credit at all. And this is something that most people outside of Ohio have not even heard of. What if I told you there was a...
Now, why would the Fort Ancient people build a 1,348-foot mound in the shape of a serpent in southern Ohio? Well, Dr. Brad Lepper believes that this has to do with their belief in the Great Horned Serpent, or a mythical serpent creature that lived in the underworld and gave women the power of creation. You see, when you follow this effigy mound to the head of the serpent, it looks as if the serpent is putting its mouth on an oval, and Dr. Brad Lepper believes that this oval is supposed to represent a woman's vulva. Apparently, the Fort Ancient people believe that a great horned serpent lived in the underworld, and anything below ground or underwater in a lake could be considered part of the underworld. The Fort Ancient people also believe that the great horned serpent had the power of creation, and before people populated the earth, there was one woman who was the mother creator. And this serpent then mated with this woman, which then gave all women the power of creation. So that is why it's believed that Great Serpent Mound is supposed to be a gigantic serpent mating with a female vulva, thus depicting the Fort Ancient story of creation. This belief is backed up by the fact that there are cave drawings, specifically at Picture Cave in Missouri, that also tell the story of a serpent mating with a woman, giving her the power of creation. It is thought that there used to be an altar in the center of this oval, and Native Americans would come here to make offerings by putting things on top of the altar and then burning them, and then those offerings would go into the underworld to the Great Horned Serpent.
On the office to make these videos, but this was too obvious. Look at the snake heads on top of their pharaoh mask. Now watch this. This is a mound builder artifact. Now these are way older than anything Egyptian. Look on the front of his crown. What is that? Looks like the same snake that's on the Egyptian pharaoh, right? Now let's continue. This is a winged turtle bird thing at the effigy mounds, all right? Now watch this. This is the winged bird man from the mound builders. See? Moving on. This is Mott. See? Winged person, just like I showed you the winged bird man. Moving on. Remember that the effigy mound, and you see the falcon, the Egyptian falcon right here. Same thing, but ours is way older. Moving on. This is the Serpent Mound, see? Yeah, this is in America. Moving on. This is Apophis, snake from the underworld snake from Egyptian culture. Oh yeah, it's about to get better. Now I'm gonna ask y'all a critical thinking question after I'm done explaining this. Now, These are a bunch of cultures with the bird heads, right? Look at the Egyptian Thoth, right? And this is the oldest one in South America, the petroglyph of the bird head being right here that resembles exactly what Thoth looks like, right? And this petroglyph in South America is older than all these other ones. Now, looks just like Thoth's. Now I want to ask y'all a question. After all these artifacts I showed you, a sane person that looks at this with a clear lens and you know what I just told you, where did the Egyptians get their culture from? Because ours predate theirs. Keep that in your mind. Have a nice day. Usually
Ohio, 1848. The Smithsonian Institute surveys a 1,350-foot-long, 3-foot-high effigy mound built in the shape of a coiling serpent. Like the lines and geoglyphs of Nazca, this reptilian motif, known as the Serpent Mound, can only be seen from high above the earth.
In the Native American legend, we call him the plume serpent, which is probably the same as the Quetzalcoatl down in the tribes in Mexico. The plume serpent theory is probably related to something that came from the sky. It came from the extraterrestrial territory. Serpent Mound and other places of what the Indians used to call places of worship are very important to study these things. There are certain things that are connected for the well-being of the planet, whether it be the magnetic system, whether it be the ley lines, whether it be observance points from other worlds that existed here before.
According to historians and anthropologists, an indigenous Native American culture called the Fort Ancient People built the mounds nearly 1,000 years ago. But if so, why?
Serpent Mound is an extraordinary site. It is one of the most important sites in North America. It's almost as if somebody is trying to point out that for anybody passing from above, he or she or it is about to approach a site of importance.
Why would a so-called primitive people have constructed a massive earthwork that, like the geoglyphs and lines in Nazca, went unnoticed and undetected by those on the ground for hundreds of years? Perhaps a clue can be found in the fact that the Serpent Mound was constructed on the edge of a meteor crater that was formed approximately 300 million years ago. Coincidence? Or was the mound's proximity to a meteor site intended to mark the presence of a very rare and precious element often found in meteors? Iridium.
Iridium has great conductive abilities, and it's one of the rarest elements we have. And it tends to be concentrated in unique areas for two reasons: either a meteorite crash at some point in the past, or volcanic activity and lava flows.
Could the Serpent Mound be a marker where extraterrestrial beings mined iridium as an energy source, as some ancient astronaut researchers believe? And if so, might there be a connection between energy in the ground here and that found in the Nazca Plain? Perhaps more clues can be found by examining the mysterious crop circles discovered throughout the world. Wiltshire, England, 1978. Here, in this tranquil countryside 90 miles west of London, strange crop circles begin to appear overnight in fields of wheat and corn. Like the geoglyphs found at Nazca, the designs are geometric shapes seen only from above.
There is a correlation between the ancient glyphs and the modern crop circles in that they're both being presented to the earth from what we would call star peoples using a higher technology.
Mainstream scientists have yet to acknowledge an extraterrestrial connection to crop circles. But ancient astronaut theorists remain convinced that there is more here than what meets the skeptical eye. Ohio.
We know the truth now here. This is my video I took from Serpent Mound. Crazy. Check this out. Now, what's interesting about this is there is one part of this area that has something like a snake. You see the snake head to the left, and it's like a long snake-like figure right there. Now, at the bottom of the snake head is some type of totem that was tore down. Looked like it got knocked off the top of this, but this stuff is very interesting. Now, I walked around this whole figure of a snake, and I ran right into a cave that is on side of this, the snake figure, right? But, you know, I wasn't equipped to go in, so I have to come back another time with some equipment to go in. But this was a great trip, man. Serpent Mound in Ohio. You can feel the energy. We know the truth now.